Namaste. Ram Swarup Joshi, lecturer, is here with third lesson on chapter trigonometric function. In previous lesson, we discussed about the values of sine, cosine, tangent, and other functions, how they increases, decreases, in which interval they increase or decrease, and signs of different trigonometrical function. Today, we start our lesson with understanding graph of trigonometric function. Here, I have plotted a common graph for sine, cosine, and tangent. This black line is for sine function. We know that maximum value of sine and cosine is 1, and minimum value is -1. I am repeating the previous study, the outcome. Sine is 0 at 0. It is 0 at minus pi. Again, sine is 0 at pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 4 pi, etc. So, if we start from 0, the value of x equal to 0, the value of sine increases from 0 to 1. It becomes maximum at pi by 2, and then decreases from pi by 2 to pi. When the angle increases pi by 2 to pi, it decreases from 1 to 0. Then again decreases for the values pi to 3 pi by 2 and becomes minimum here. Then again 0. This is a complete circle. 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to -1, and -1 to 0. And this will repeat after interval of 2 pi. In negative direction, from 0 minus pi by 2 to 0, this will increase from -1 to 0, and it will decrease from minus pi to minus pi by 2. If we take the value of angle, it will decrease. So the value of sine oscillates between -1 to 1. It is maximum at pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, as we saw earlier in discussions of the values. And now about the graph of cosine. Cosine is 1 at 0. See, this is maximum. At 0 degree, it is for with the value of x 0, it is 1. And then up to at 90 degree or pi by 2, it is 0. Then at pi, it is -1. Then 3 pi by 2, it is again 0. So this will repeat. So cosine is 1 at 0, it is again 1 at 2 pi, then it will be the same pattern. It will go ahead with the same pattern. And it will be minimum at pi, the value of cosine will be -1. Again at 3 pi, it will be -1. So from pi to pi, it is again repeating, it is -1. And see here, for cosine, it is maximum at 0. Then it is at 2 pi again 0. So in the interval of 2 pi, the graph repeats itself. Now what about tangent? We know that tangent 0 is 0. This is 0. And if angle increases from 0 to pi by 2, it first increases slowly and then it tends towards infinity at pi by 2. It is indeterminate at pi by 2. The line almost becomes parallel with y-axis here. This will be the pattern. At 0 it is 0, at pi by 2 it is infinite, and at minus pi by 2 it is minus infinite. Again at pi it is 0, and at minus pi by 2 it will start from minus infinity, and this will be the pattern. So by graph we can understand the variation in the values of sine, cosine, tangent, and similarly from your textbook you can understand the pattern of cosec, sec, cosec. Cot is just opposite of tangent. Now we solve some questions related to the values of angle in different quadrants. Now we are going to solve one question. We are to find the values of other trigonometrical functions when cos x is given. It is its value is 1 minus 1 by 2 and x lies in third quadrant. The position of x is here. In this third quadrant, sine will be negative, cos will be negative, tangent will be positive. Cos is negative here, it confirms the given value. Now, cosec will be negative because cosec is reciprocal of sine, and then sec will be according the cosine, and cot is related to tangent x because tangent x into cot x equal to 1, so cot x is 1 by tangent x. So the sign of tangent and cot will be same, sec and cos x will be same, and cosec and sin x will be same. So we can decide these three functions value whether it is positive or negative by values of sine, cosine and tangent respectively. So this is the chart for sine of the functions, whether they are positive or not, from 0 degree to pi by 2 in first quadrant. Sine, cosine, tangent all are positive because here perpendicular and base will be always positive. In second quadrant, if the angle is greater than pi by 2 and less than pi, then sine will be positive because perpendicular is positive and base is negative, so cosine and tangent both will be negative. In the third quadrant, perpendicular as well as base both are negative. So sine and cosine will be negative and tangent will be positive because it is ratio of sine to cosine. Minus and minus cancels and it is positive. And similar discussion can be given for this, similar reason can be given for sine, cosine and tangent in the fourth quadrant or for the values of negative angles less than pi by 2. So let us proceed. In previous classes, you determined the value in two ways. First, using the trigonometrical functions relation or identities, and second, by drawing a figure, right angle triangle, and taking the ratios of the sides required for the given function. So in this class, we will use trigonometrical functions. Cos x, we can find sec x directly, as sec x is 1 upon cos x. And sine can be found by this relation, sine square x plus cos square x equal to 1. So cos x will, sine x will be plus minus square root of 1 minus cos square x. If sine is known, from sine x we can easily found cosec x, 1 upon sine x using this relation. And sine x and cos x both are known. Cos x is known to us. Known. We can find cos x using cos x sec x directly. Then using this first fundamental identity, we can write sine x as plus minus square root of 1 minus cos square x. Both the value will, we will find both the values and then decide it will be positive or negative. Then cosec x cosec x will be positive or negative, depends upon the value of sin x, whether it is positive or negative. Then remaining tangent, we can find tangent using the values of sine and cosine, and cot 1 upon tangent x. So in this way we can find the value of other 5 functions. Let me clear it once again. Cos x is given, one function is given. We can find value of sec x for this, value of x, angle x, the cosine is given, so we can find it by 1 by cos x. Then using first fundamental identity, we can find value of sin x, positive or negative. We will choose in which quadrant the angle lies or x lies. Then cosec with the help of sin x by dividing 1 by it. Then tangent using the formula sin x upon cos x. And then cot x is reverse the ratio of tangent. So we will find the value of cot x by using 1 upon tangent x. Now let us proceed. So sec x will be 1 upon cos x, and it is 1 upon minus 1 by 2, that is minus 2. Again, sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1. So sin square x will be 1 minus cos square x. If we put the value of cos x here, square of minus 1 by 2. This will be 1 minus 1 by 4, and it is 3 by 4. So sin x will be plus minus square root of 3 by 4. It will be plus minus root 3 upon 2. Now sin is positive in first quadrant, second quadrant, and third and fourth. This is negative, but the angle x lies in third quadrant. In third quadrant it is negative. So we will use only negative value. So here sin x will be equal to minus square root of 3 by 2, because x is in third quadrant. Or x is negative in third quadrant. We can write here x is negative in third quadrant. So x is in third quadrant and sin x is negative. So cos x is given, we have found sec x. Again we can find cosec x by using the formula 1 upon sin x, and this will be 1 upon minus square root of 3 by 2, and this is minus 2 by square root of 3. Now what is tangent? Tangent is again tangent x can be found by dividing sin x with cos x, and this will be the value of sin x is minus square root of 3 by 2, and that of cos x is minus 1 by 2, and it is minus cancels minus, square root of 3 by 2 into 2 by 1, that is square root of 3. It is positive, and it is obvious from here in third quadrant tangent is positive. Now what will be cot x? Cot x is 1 upon tangent x. So it is 1 upon square root of 3. So We have found all the 5 values here for trigonometrical functions, that is sec x minus 2, cosec x, sin x, tangent x and cot x. So our answer is, first of all, sin x equal to minus square root of 3 by 2. Then sec x or tangent x, it is square root of 3. Then cot x, it is 1 upon square root of 3. Then sec x, it is minus 2. And cosec x, it is minus 2 by square root of 3. So this is our answer. So we will use this method for finding values of different trigonometrical ratios if one ratio is given. Now we take similar question number 5. We are given the value of tangent x and it is equal to minus 5 by 12 and x is in second quadrant. Now see the second quadrant. Tangent is negative here, cosine is negative and sine is positive. And the related ratio cosec will be positive, sec will be negative and cot will be negative. So first of all, found the main remaining 2 ratios, principal ratios, sine and cosine. So we are known about the fundamental identities. 1 plus tangent square x equal to sec square x. So we can use this to find the value of sec x. And sec x, from sec x, we start with tangent x, it is given. We will find sec x using this identity. Using this identity, this. Then from sec x, we can find cos x easily. And from cos x and sin x, cos x, we can find sin x by using this identity. Sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1. This we will find sin x. Cos x to sin x and then sin x to, here we can find cot x directly. So tangent x to cot x easily by dividing value of tangent x with 1 or 1 by tangent x. Then using this identity we can find sec x. If sec x is known, then we can write the value of cos x by dividing sec x by dividing 1 by sec x. And cos x is known, we can find value of sin x, and then from sin x we can find the value of cosec x. This is the flow chart. So proceed according this, we will find the value of different trigonometrical functions easily. Cot x minus 1 upon tangent x. Its value will be 1 upon minus 5 by 12. And this will be 12 upon 5 with negative sign. Don't write answer in this way. Don't move in lateral side. You must write it downward. Comparison will be easy and it will look in good gesture. So cot is here. Now sec square x is equal to 1 plus tangent square x. I am writing directly 1 plus tangent square x Put the value of tangent here, 1 plus minus 5 by 12, its square. 1 plus, this is 25 upon 144. Take LCM 144. We will have 144 plus 25. That is 169 upon 144. So what is sec x here? The value of sec x may be positive or negative. We will decide it later. Square root of 169 upon 144. And it will be plus minus 13 upon 12. Cos is negative in second quadrant. So we will choose negative value here because sec will be negative in second quadrant. Here sec x equal to minus 13 upon 12 because sec x is negative in second quadrant. Sec x is negative in second quadrant. So we have chosen here the value with negative sign. Of course, it can be found easily. Cos x is 1 upon sec x and it will be 1 upon minus 13 upon 12 and its value will be minus 12 upon 13. Now cos is known. We can find easily the value of sine. I am writing directly here. Sine x is equal to square root of 1 minus cos square x plus minus. It will be 1 minus, the cos x is 12 upon 13, so minus 12 upon 13 whole square. On further simplification, we shall get it will be 1 minus 144 upon 169. Further simplification, we will reach at this will be 169 minus 144 and it will be 25 upon 169. So the value of sin x will be maybe, not will be, maybe 5 upon 13. So sin is positive in second quadrant. So we will take positive value here. Here sin x equal to 5 upon 13. As we can write the reason in second quadrant. Because in second quadrant. So sin x is known and cos x is known. We can find the value of, from sin x we will find the value of cosec x. And it will be 1 upon 5 upon 13. So this is 13 upon 5. So we have determined all the values. Now answer will be sin x, this is 5 by 13. Cos x, it is minus 12 upon 13. Tangent x is already given here. We started with tangent x, so there is no need. Cot x, it is reverse of this, it is minus 12 upon 5. Then sec x, it will be minus 13 upon 12. And cosec x, it will be 13 upon 5. So in this way we can find, using the trigonometrical identity and basic formulas, if one value is given in any quadrant, the position is given, in which quadrant the value of angle lies, we can determine the other 5 functions value. Now we have to find the value of sine 765. As we know, the graph and the values of sine, cosine, tangent, say cosecant all trigonometrical function repeat after 2 pi or 360 degree. It is given in degree, so I will use the word that the value of trigonometrical function repeats itself after an interval of 365 sorry 360 degree. So I will write it like this: 765 degree. We have to find the value of this sine of. If we divide it, we can write it 2 into 360 plus 45 degree. How? Divide 765 by 360. We can divide it 2 times. The remainder will be 45. Now it is not divisible. So the resultant angle will be 45 degree in terms of angle less than 90 degree. So this is the net angle in acute value. So this will be sine of 45 degree. And what is sine 45 degree? It is 1 by root 2. Or in other words, it will be in the first quadrant. Say, it's see here. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 and plus 360, that is 720. It is 0, 360 and 720 degree. Further, it is 45 degree. This point. So the net and the value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2 and it lies in first quadrant, so it will be positive. This is the value. Now we take this question for solution. We have to find the value of sine of minus 11 pi by 3. So this is negative angle. So we will change this in positive angle. Other way, we can use the value in degree after changing this, writing pi as 180 degree. That will be easier, but I am solving it using pi. So what is the next complete multiple of 2 pi? So 11 minus 11 by 3 pi, we can divide it 3 times. So 4 pi is the angle which will make it positive. So we will add 4 pi to this, because if we move in angular way, or if we revolve a line by 360 degree or 2 pi, then it will repeat its position, initial position. So we can add 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi in given angle, the position will be same. So I am adding here sine of minus 11 pi upon 3 or plus 4 pi. It will be sine of, take 3 as LCM, minus 11 pi plus 12 pi. And this will be sine of pi by 3. And it will be sine of pi by 3. That is sine 60. It is square root of 3 by 2. Now understand it with a figure. Say this is a line and O is a point. If we move in negative direction from here, this is 2 pi here. 2 pi. Again move. This is 3 pi. After 3 pi, we can write it as 3 pi plus 2 pi by 3. This is negative. So after this, we will have an angle in negative direction 2 pi by 3, and this will be here. If we replace 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 2, we will get pi by 6 in negative direction. So it will be pi by 6 here in this point. So from positive direction, it will be pi by 2 minus pi by 6, and that will be pi by 3. So resultant, the position of the revolving line which revolves with angle minus 11 pi by 3 will be at pi by 3 from positive direction, and the net angle will be pi by 3. So we can determine the value of sine which lies in first quadrant, and it is pi by 3, it will be 3 pi by square root of 3 by 2. So this will be the position here, minus 11 pi by 3, and it is same as pi by 3. If we move further in negative direction by pi by 3, we will get minus 11 pi by 3 minus pi by 3, that is minus 12 pi by 3, that is minus 4 pi. So we will reach here if we move, if we add minus pi by 3 to this angle, this line from negative direction. So it will make positive angle of pi by 3 with positive direction, and thus we can find the value of this sine minus 11 pi by 3. So what is the procedure or outcome of this discussion? First of all, change the given angle in positive angle, whatever may be the angle. You can add 2 pi or 4 pi or 6 pi or 8 pi, the multiple of 2 pi. You will get the positive value. Then decide in which quadrant it is lying. If it is in first quadrant, nothing to do. If it is in second quadrant, then decide the value of the given function according the signs. In third and fourth, you can use the knowledge of trigonometrical functions, sign in particular or the related quadrant. We can solve this in another way. Change this in degree. It will be sine of minus 11 into 180 degree upon 3. To make it easy, sine of minus 60. At the next complete revolution by 360 to 660, next higher value is 720. So add 720 to this. We will get sine of 60 degree positive sine, and sine 60 is what? It is cube root of 3 divided by 2. We can use this method. Or if the angle is not 60, say it is 150 degree, then it will lie in the second quadrant. If positive angle, positive value, the net value is 150 in positive measurement, then it will be in second quadrant. Say it is 210 degree, then it will be in third quadrant, and you can decide quadrant and then determine the sign of the given function. I am taking one more example to explain it further, because it looks complicated. It is very easy but looks complicated. Now I am taking another example. Here it is minus 15 pi by 4. The angle is minus 15 pi by 4, and we have to find the value of cotangent for this angle. So cot of minus 15 pi by 4. If we add 2 pi to this, it will be negative. 4 pi, then negative. 6 pi, see this. Divide this 15 pi by 4. It is 3 times divisible. So we will add 4 pi to this to make it positive. Because After 2n pi revolution, the position is same for the line of the line angle. So we are using this concept here, and we have added 4 pi to this. Now the positive value of this angle minus 15 pi by 4, the resultant value will be that is cot of pi by 16 minus 14 pi by 4, and it will be 1. So the value of this angle will be 1, and if the resultant value is pi by 4, it lies in the first quadrant. We can use degree method also. Cot of minus 15 into 180 divided by 4. It will be cot of, simplify this, we will get if we divide it, we will get 4 divide 27 by 4, we will have 30, 7 4 are 28, remainder 2, and then 675. Change it into positive. Cot of minus 675 plus 720, 360 plus 362 revolutions in positive direction. It will be cot of 45 degree, and it will lie in first quadrant. Or if we understand it by negative direction, start from here, this is 360, again 180 plus 540, 540 plus 9, 630, it is here 630 after 1.5 revolution. 0, 180, 360, 540 plus 90, that is 630 in negative direction. This is, and then 45 plus from this plus 45 degree in negative direction. So this is the position of line or the revolving line. So the value of cot will be, cot 45 will be 1. Thank you very much.